Do you ever worry about anything? Have you ever heard the word being anxious or anxiety? It's a similar thing to worry. It's where we feel really concerned about something and we might think about it over and over again. And it's not a nice feeling to feel anxious or worried. And in the Bible, God reminds us time and time again to not be worried or not be anxious. He wants us to live our lives free of anxiety and worry. He knows that sometimes we do, but he reminds us to not be anxious. And one verse in the Bible that we're going to look at today is in the book of Philippians. Again, another book that was written by Paul. And it's in Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 to 7. And I'm going to read it from a youth Bible. And these are the words that it says in this Bible. Do not worry about anything, but pray and ask God for everything you need, always giving thanks. And God's peace, which is so great we cannot understand it, will keep your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. And what I want us to do this week, children and young people, is to try and learn that verse. I'm going to challenge you in our service on Sunday morning to have a go at learning that verse. It's an amazing verse full of truth and God's power, as every verse in the Bible is. But this is one that we can really learn to help us so that when we feel anxious, when we feel worried about something, we bring that verse back to our mind and we say, no, I'm not going to be anxious about this. I'm not going to worry about this. Instead, I'm going to pray about it. And as I pray, God will give me his peace. Now, as a family, maybe you could talk about times that you've been anxious or worried. Maybe you could talk about what God's peace really feels like. I know I've had times in my life when I've been worried about something. I might even been thinking about it over and over again. And then I think, no, I'm going to pray about it instead of worrying. And I go and pray and God's peace fills me. And it's a beautiful feeling when we can know God's peace in our lives. Now, I want to share a couple of things now. I want to share a little puppet sketch, and then I'm going to share a song, which will take about a couple of minutes each. And both of them will remind us about this verse. And sometimes hearing a Bible verse to a song really helps to get it into our heads. So we're going to try that as well. So I'm just going to share the screen. And I'm going to find this puppet sketch, which I hope you'll enjoy. And here it comes now.
Tom, what happened to you this week? I haven't seen you at school.
My dad got really sick and we had to take him to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, at first we didn't even know if he was gonna be okay.
I'll bet you were scared.
Yeah, I was so scared.
Like when you see a spider?
No, it was even scarier than a spider.
Like when you see two spiders?
No, I was so scared I didn't know what to do.
Like when you're surrounded by spiders?
No, it was a different kind of scared. I was afraid my dad wouldn't be okay.
So what did you do?
Well, I remembered what my Sunday school teacher, Miss Emily, said, that we can talk to God about anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good things, sad things, scary things.
So I told God I was scared and I didn't want anything to happen to my dad.
And then your dad jumped up and was good as new.
No, but my dad is getting better. It's gonna take a while, but God gave me peace about it.
Peace? Piece of what? Cake? I want a piece of cake.
No, peace, like when you feel calm inside and you're not freaking out about something.
Oh, that kind of peace sounds nice.
Yeah, it was like God was there holding my hand, helping me be brave.
That sounds cool. But wait, does God really give you a peace like that?
Yeah, remember that verse from a couple weeks ago that said we can talk to God about everything?
Yeah, of course. Maybe. No. What verse were we talking about?
It went like this. Don't worry about anything. No matter what happens, tell God about everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a good verse.
Yeah, and the next verse says, then God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds.
God's peace. Hey, that's what happened to you.
Yep,
God's peace watched over your heart and mind while your dad was sick.
that's right.
Because you decided to talk to God about your problem.
Yeah, spending time alone with God really makes a difference.
Yeah! And all that talk about peace is making me hungry.
Hungry?
Super hungry for a piece of cake.
What?
Or a piece of pizza.
Larry.
Or pizza cake. I wonder if that would be good. Or a piece of candy on a piece of pizza cake. Or a piece of pizza cake with Reese's Pieces with pieces
Okay, hope you enjoyed that. And it gives you a bit of an idea of saying that Bible verse and really putting it into our lives. Maybe you've never been in that situation, but you've had another situation where you've been worried about something and you can remind yourself of that verse from the Bible. So it's Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. And now we're going to watch and listen a worship song which has those words from the Bible. So again, I'm going to share screen.
Philippians 4, 6 and 7. Philippians 4, 6 and 7. Philippians. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4, 6 and 7. Philippians. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God. 4, 6 and 7. Yeah. Philippians. Yeah. Philippians. Do not be anxious.
Okay, I'll stop it there. But it's a good song, isn't it? And it's got those words and that verse to remember. And so have a go at that this week. If you want to use those words from that song, or if you want to find a version of the Bible which you really like the words from, they all mean the same thing. It's just a use of different words in the different Bibles. So in that one, it said about God's peace transcends all understanding. I suppose that's not a word that we tend to use every day. So maybe you want to use a different version. This youth Bible, if you've got one of these, that's got a different way of putting it in that. So find a Bible verse that you understand and that you want to learn, and then have a go at learning it. And then next week in our service, I'm going to ask anybody that wants to share the Bible verse, then they can do that. That would be really, really good. And there will be prizes as well for anybody who can learn the Bible verse. Okay, Well, I hope you've enjoyed this morning. It'd be really great to have some feedback. If you want to tell me whether you like the puppet show or the song, I'm going to try and do a bit more of that in the weekly talks until we can meet properly again. There's lots of changes and things, so we don't know how we're going to meet again in person yet, but hopefully we will be able to at some point soon. But I'll keep on with the weekly videos, but it'd be really great to hear if you want more of that kind of thing in the videos to help you, so I can share screen and put different sketches and different songs in and things like that. So I'm just exploring how to do that, but it'd be great to hear from you families just to see what works best. So please do email me if you want to say anything about it. Okay, have a really, really good week, everybody. And it's been lovely to do this for you this morning, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Take care. God bless. Bye.